Amara stood in front of the giant serpent woman, stood, arms bound in chains, scales shining like metal in the faint blue light. But those eyes, those golden eyes, they were alive. The voice came again, not from the mouth, but from everywhere. You carry her blood. You are the key. Amara backed away, but the tunnel behind her had vanished. There was only rock, no wind, no path, no sound, just her and the goddess. She stared at the figure. The woman's face was too perfect. Her mouth didn't move, but Amara heard her clearly. I have waited a long time for you. Amara's hands trembled. What are you? She whispered. The goddess' eyes glowed brighter, and suddenly, Amara saw everything like a television screen. She saw a past that wasn't hers, a grand temple filled with gold and water that flowed upward like fire, a priestess in white robes standing at the goddess's side, a crown of living snakes resting on the goddess's head as villagers bowed and left offerings of fruits, milk, and blood. Long ago, the snake goddess ruled over Ulora from a temple of flowing waters and living stone. She was worshipped not for fear, but for what she gave: rain in drought, healing in sickness, protection in war. Her body shimmered with silver scales, her eyes gold as the sun, and her voice stirred the rivers to rise. At her side was a high priestess named Niraya, a woman raised in the temple from childhood, trained in the sacred arts, and trusted above all others. Niraya was loyal, or so it seemed. Over time, Niraya began to hunger for more than wisdom. She wanted power, immortality, the secrets the goddess kept locked away, and slowly her heart twisted. She believed the goddess had grown too soft, too human, that a stronger, eternal ruler was needed. So one night, under the light of a blood moon, Niraya carried out her plan. She prepared a sacred ritual, claiming it was to honor the goddess. The temple was filled with chants and offerings. Snakes coiled peacefully around the altar, sensing nothing. The goddess appeared in her full form, half woman, half serpent, and stood before the priestess radiant and calm. Then Niraya stepped forward with a ceremonial dagger, pretending to offer a blessing. Instead, she plunged the blade into the goddess's heart. But the goddess could not die. She let out a scream that split the sky. The winds howled, and every flame in the temple died at once. Her blood turned to silver and spilled across the floor, twisting into chains that wrapped around her own arms, locking her in place. With her final breath of freedom, the goddess cursed Niraya's bloodline. May none who carry your blood ever know peace. May your line serve as the key to my return, and when I rise, I will rise through you. Niraya tried to flee, but the temple itself turned against her. The floor swallowed her body. The people ran away and the temple became sealed. Amara fell to her knees, gasping. The vision faded, but her heart kept racing. Why me? She asked. The voice answered slowly, with the weight of centuries. You are the last of her line, the blood of the betrayer. Only your touch can break the chains. Amara shook her head. But I don't even know who she was. I never knew my family. You will. The goddess raised her arm, the chains creaking like bones. Suddenly, the floor beneath Amara shifted. A pattern of ancient symbols lit up under her feet. Snake heads, eyes, a crown, and her own face carved into the stone. She stepped back in shock. The symbols moved with her. Then, from the shadows of the chamber, a new voice whispered sharp and cold. She is lying.